through devastation. We will cover this move. We will stop at nothing.
They're breaking all the rules.
I'm destroying everybody!
The Hot Dice. The Wrestlers. RollerJam. 75 for Central on TNN.
It's the Nevada Hot Dice 16, the Florida Sundogs 14.
But don't forget the biggest point of the day, which may be the big one for Sean Atkinson.
There's no question about that. Buddy Atkinson, when we talk about the Florida Sundogs, we talk about the Denise Logans, and we talk about the Debbie Rices, the Andrea Franklins. One skater who's very quietly a big part of their success is Kathy Evangelho. In fact, Kathy scored the last 2 points of the period to keep the Sundogs in. And take us through that play.
Yes, and this is so nicely done. This is a reverse spin whip. Here goes the reverse. Here's the spin. Now, watch what Kathy does so nicely. The squat goes in there. Oh, I love that setup. Now, the step down, and then she does quick little steps. She's up. She does a little bump, turns around, over left shoulder, sees another jammer coming in, and she calls it off.
As we get ready to start the fourth and barring overtime final period of this one, it has really turned into a low-scoring physical battle after we had a wide-open skating battle in the first half. We'll see if the men can now generate some offense. And right away, the Nevada Hot Dice caught it with their two best jammers, Jason McDaniel and Micah Martin. Martin goes down from a big elbow from Posse Chalene. Chalene was very quiet in that first half, but he's making a big statement right now as he also dropped Jason McDaniel. Posse Chalene now coming up very quickly, closing on the pack. Mark Weber back to try and block him out. Does a good job of slowing him down. Alert play by Posse Chalene. Saw Jason McDaniel catching up. He dispatched him. Now he returns his sights on Mark Weber. And you see Captain Richard Brown also rotate to the back of the pack to try and prevent Chalene from getting by him. Captain America, Bill Barker, absolutely levels Mark Weber. Chalene goes by him, goes by Richard Brown, and puts 2 points on the board to tie this game up at 16.
And Captain America, Bill Barker, was standing over Weber. You talk about Weber rolling them bones. Well, the Captain America from Bill Barker to Mark Weber may have almost broken some bones as Mark Weber goes down. But that is pretty much true to form for Captain America, Bill Barker. He doesn't say too much. He just gets it done with power. And right there for Mark Weber, it got ugly.
Well, right off the bat, the Florida Sundogs in their very first jam of this fourth period equal the total output of the Sundog women throughout the entire third period. And as P.J. Rossi breaking out for the Nevada Hot Guys, they have held the lead for quite a while. And it's up to Rossi. Looks like he had a skate problem. It almost looked like one of his wheels locked for a second. And just that pause allowed number 11 for the Florida Sundogs, Jonathan Russell, to catch up. But you see Richard Brown handling Russell with no problem. Meanwhile, P.J. Rossi is having his own problems trying to get by Tom Smith. Sean Marshall dropped back. Mark Weber takes out Marshall. You see Rossi cut off the jam. They picked up 1 point, and there's Richard Brown at it again.
Well, he's doing it again, Ken. I can't believe that somebody here in the World Skating League isn't telling Richard Brown that he has to stop doing these knee-jerk things he does to some of these players. And Bill Barker is giving him a little bit of maybe that message right now. But I have to question, where in the heck has Sam the Flame Martin been today, Ken? We've seen Michael Barker get out to a great job. And with the addition and return of Jason McDaniel, things like this, they need Sam the Flame Martin to step up. He has to be a disappointment for the Florida Sundogs.
You would have to wonder if perhaps Martin may have some kind of injury we don't know about, because no one has ever questioned the heart of Sam the Flame Martin. At any rate, it's like two totally different games here, Buddy Atkinson. First half, speed, finesse, a lot of offense. Second half, physical, low scoring. Who does the matchup favor?
I'm going to go with the Dogs, and I'll tell you why. I think Barker brings the physical to this team, and he lights everybody up. So I'm going with the Dogs.
Posse Chalene getting very physical, took out both Jason McDaniel and Micah Martin, but then he got tangled up in the pack and allowed Martin and McDaniel, who got up first, to break away. And now the Dice duo close on the back. It's a 1-point game as we're winding down midway through this fourth period. A great opportunity for Martin and McDaniel, where they've run right into Captain America, Bill Barker. Barker, though, needs some help. You see Posse Chalene decided not even to try and give chase, trying to stay in the pack and hopefully prevent Martin and McDaniel from going by. Oh, Mark Weber rolled their bones over Captain America, returns the favor, and both McDaniel and Micah Martin go by and each pick up a point.
And little Richard Brown does it again, kid. He goes right after Bill Barker. We saw Bill Barker get the best of little Richard Brown, isn't it? As a Parker as he goes off injured.
You've got to wonder where Commissioner Jerry Seltzer is in all this. At any rate, we've got a 3-point game. We'll be back.